Alright, fam, you guys, welcome to a lovely video today. Today, let's talk about patterns. One of the, I won't say complicated, but one of those topics that will take you time to, not to understand. It's easy to understand pattern, but will take you time to really identify them on your chart. So, but today, I'm going to explain to you and introduce you guys to pattern and explain how it works and also show you guys one or two tips that will help you identify them easily. But first of all, what is pattern exactly? So we know the market always moves like this. Price moves, then boom, moves, then boom. You stand like it shows stuff like this. You get so, and if you understand, you will now pick some of these points as sorry, you pick some of these points as your support or resistance. Also, we call them consolidation. Also, those are times whereby trade is consolidating or deciding, should I go up or should I come down. While a trade is consolidating, there is a pattern forming. That's where pattern comes in. So now let's assume this is on a 30-minute time frame. We see a pattern right here. Let's call the pattern triangle pattern. There's nothing like that, but let's call the pattern triangle pattern. Now, if you tune to 4 hours time frame, you might not see a triangle pattern. You might just see two candles there or one candle there. That's because on a bigger time frame, that's the reason why I taught you guys time frame before talking about patterns. So on a bigger time frame, your pattern on 30 minutes becomes candles, just 2 or 3 candles. So that's the reason why I say whenever you make your analysis on, I hope you guys note that. So whenever you make your analysis on a bigger time frame, like 4 hours, go to 1 hour or 30 minutes to confirm it. So now, on a bigger time frame like 4 hours, you'll be seeing 2 candles, all right, on a resistance, 2 rejection candles on a resistance. Then if you go to 30 minutes, 30 minutes will now be showing you a downward pattern. All right, I'm going to tell you guys the types of pattern and all of that. So 30 minutes will be telling you a downward pattern. So that is it. So, but now what you should also know is, like I said, let me repeat this again. Whenever price consolidates, a pattern is forming. So, that being said, let me also show you guys types of patterns. So now we have reversal pattern that goes like price coming up. This is reversal or rejection. So we'll call it reversal pattern. It forms a pattern and goes down. That is a reversal. So you can see price reversing backward from a buy to a sell. Now, we also, like I say, you can write that down. We have the reversal pattern. We have continuation pattern or continual pattern. So this is continuation pattern. Price coming from maybe down or up, forms a pattern and continue. Down, forms a pattern and continue. All right. So aside that, we have continuation pattern, we have reversal patterns, and we have I call them neutral patterns. All right. So these are patterns that comes from up or down, whatever it comes from, makes a sign. It will either go up or it will either come down. That's what we call neutral pattern. Now I'm going to share to you guys a particular picture of patterns I use, but in that picture there's no neutral pattern there. So I'm going to talk about neutral pattern here. I'm going to show you guys what neutral pattern is and all of that. So quickly, let me show you guys what neutral pattern is. So this is Bitcoin 4 hours. Let's see if we can spot a neutral pattern. So a neutral pattern, I'm quickly looking for neutral pattern. Like I said, spotting this stuff is the real deal. Spotting it is the real deal. I think I've seen something that looks like a neutral pattern. So neutral patterns, like I said, is not showing you maybe a buy or a continuation or a sell pattern. No. You can box it in. The only way you can box a neutral pattern, the only way you can identify a neutral pattern is by boxing it in. Does it form a box? If it does, box it in. So now I'm going to show you guys what I mean by this. Now look at this chart very well. I'm going to be doing something similar right here. So let me do something similar right here. So let me show you guys that. So now this is price coming from above for something that looks like this and went back up. So now a neutral pattern, they all have a similar or close resistance and a similar or close support. So what you just have to do is to draw your box them in. You can just box it like this in. Now what you just have to do is when you box it, if price leaves the resistance first, you buy. If it leaves the support, you sell. That is just it. When price leaves the resistance, go to a smaller time frame to confirm if there is a retest. So a retest is confirming. This is what we call a retest. So price leaving a particular um, um, box or a particular resistance, it has to retest no matter how small it is. That retest is confirming. Sometimes you just go up like that. So you just have to put your buy limit. I've talked about buy limit in one of our videos. But if you want to, you can ask more questions about it. So this is a neutral pattern. Quickly, let's go to the chart and let's identify as much pattern as we can identify. Now, using Bitcoin charts to identify pattern is kind of a trap because Bitcoin is a very bullish coin. Therefore, you're going to be seeing more inverser head and shoulder kind of pattern. So look at these guys. Look at these guys. So now we can see some patterns right here. So like I said, I'm going to show you guys something where you can, I don't know what's wrong with my mouse. So I'm going to show you guys a drawing or a picture of different patterns. These patterns are the most occurring patterns you will see so far anywhere using your chart. You can see them almost all the time using these patterns. So it's quite easy. So but what you're going to understand, let's highlight one of them. So one of them is symmetric triangle. So price coming from above or below. Symmetric triangle is actually a symmetric triangle is either a buy or a sell. So symmetric triangle can be considered a neutral pattern also. So but if price is coming from above, form something like looks like this and keep going down, or price forms from above, what you just have to do is to bring this stuff and see. This is what symmetric is. You're looking for the resistance. You can see it's falling. Then the support, it's falling. Whichever angle breaks first can go up, can come down. That is symmetric triangle. So your patterns is you trying to draw, is you trying to make sense out of your parallel resistance or support. Is you just trying to make sense out of it. So let's try to make sense out of it. Let's go to BNB. I think BNB has a lot of patterns. BNB, what's going on? BNB, oh no, sorry about these guys. So BNB, so let me just pick the one available here. This is gold. This is gold 4 hours. This is XAU USDT. So for those of you familiar with Forex, this is Forex. You can see it's the same thing, just same chart, but different names and categories. So one of the pattern I can just spot here. So like I said, remember this point, you can see a pattern. This is 4 hours. So if you go to 30 minutes on this point, you can actually see a pattern. So, but okay, let me try to make a new decision. In our webinar, I'm going to identify patterns. I want it to be very interactive. I just find out that this one is not interactive and patterns needs to be interactive. So like I said, it's hard to spot. So I'm going to give you guys like a live example for everybody to spot a pattern, and we can discuss if there's a pattern or not. I mean, that would be very, very educative. and hopefully I'll be able to record that video because it's going to be very, very educative. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.